What's up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we'll be doing my SmackDown recap and review for the June 12th episode. We had another just an okay show. SmackDown has just been nothing compared to Raw these past few weeks. Um, some ups, some downs, some decisions that I just don't like, and I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna like. But there was some high spots, so we'll talk about those. But bear with me. I'm gonna make this video try and make it a little bit quicker here. I was a bit sidetracked with the World Cup. The U.S. men's national team put belt to ass to Paraguay. They looked really, really good. Ended up winning the game 4-1. Granted, it was Paraguay, but they got the job done. I was trying to catch a little bit of the UFC Freedom 250 press conference. That was chaotic. Josh Hogan is an animal. But this video will be about SmackDown, so let's get into it. We start the show off with the Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way qualifier match. We have Charlotte versus Sol Ruca versus Lyra versus Jade Cargill. This match was just absolute chaos from the jump. I mean, it was really good. There's so many spots. I'm not even going to try to name all of them, but these women put on an absolute banger. The baddies got involved trying to help out Jade, which led to Tiffany and Alexa coming out and taking them out. And then constantly going back and forth. These women were just, all four of them meshed so well together. But it ends with Charlotte Flair putting Lyra in the figure eight, and she ends up getting the win here by tap out, submitting Lyra. Again, like I said, an amazing match. And for the winner, Charlotte, I mean, not the most interesting winner. I mean, she's the oldest of the bunch, which doesn't seem to go with the whole idea that everyone thinks that this is like the young king and queen of the ring, that these young superstars are getting chances, but Charlotte ends up picking up the victory here. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. She hasn't been in the main event scene for a couple years now, and she's pretty much over with the fans. People really enjoy her. People like to watch her wrestle. She's not getting booed. She's getting cheered. So overall, I think it was a real good decision to have her win. And I'm excited to see if how far she goes. I hope she doesn't win their whole tournament, because that'll just go with her whole. She's already the queen, so I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. But I want to see, everyone's been anticipating. I want to see a young person or a young female win this tournament and go on to challenge for a world title. So overall, great match. Great way to start the show. And then after, we get a little funny segment with Chelsea Green, and Tiffany's walking backstage. The baddies are trying to press her, and Chelsea Green comes to the defense of Tiffany with a kendo stick and pretty much fends them off for her. And Tiffany's reaction was real funny with that. So, yeah, great work there. That would lead to a match later on in the night. Then we get Fatal Influence versus Paige and Brie Bella. I don't know what am I supposed to make of this. Match was okay. It wasn't that good. They worked Brie the whole time, and then she comes in and gets a roll up with the help of Paige. It was dog shit. That pissed me off. I don't know why these two continue to win in like kind of underhanded tactics and cheap ways. WWE's doing a horrible job of building them up. Nobody gives a damn. And then we get to a little segment with Danhausen, The Miz, and Kit Wilson. Danhausen's doing his little experiment, and Kit Wilson comes in to press him. And he brings in the Miz, and Miz is like electrocuted his hair, and he's reverted back to the old Miz. He's using the old Miz sayings and the old Miz, all the things old Miz used to say, and I thought it was really cool. He's like, he got zapped back into that, and then Kid Wilson loses his mind because he wants the new Miz, the leader, the locker room leader, the master, inspire, zone in Miz. He wants that, and he goes and tries to just destroy Danhausen's setup, and he gets electrocuted himself. So another funny little segment there. They're just kind of doing like the same thing with these three, and it's entertainment. Crowd got a kick of it. I did too, so I like that. Then we get to my favorite part of the night, and I hope people realize how good this was. We had Sami Zayn come to the ring and call out Cody Rhodes to clear the air, as what he said. And Sami just goes into Cody Rhodes saying, like, he's been with them the whole time. To WrestleMania 40, he was the first one in the ring, and he's still with Cody to this day. And all these other people have turned their back on him, and he just wanted Cody to tell him the truth. Like, what's going on? What does he think of him? And pretty much that was it. And Cody's not really wanting to, but then Sami continues to press him. And eventually Cody just snaps and says that Sami sucks. He's been crying. He's been whining. And Sami loses it and slaps Cody. and then Cody gives him one back and slaps him right back. For once, this Sami character and the work he's been doing is amazing. I'm actually emotionally invested into this storyline between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn, he's getting booed out the building, but he still thinks he hears his ride or die fans, and he continues to say he is the only real good guy, and it's all the truth. He hasn't done nothing bad to warrant getting booed, and the way the WWE and Sami Zayn have flipped the script completely, where he's still a babyface, but he's getting treated as a heel. He's doing heelish tendencies. It's just so interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. And Sami Zayn is portraying it in the best way possible. And he's doing it against the biggest name in the company. I absolutely love it. And then later on in the night, Gunther, he chooses a stipulation, and he wants the special guest referee to be Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn's going to be the special guest referee next week for the world title on SmackDown. Boy, this got real interesting, because is Sami going to, obviously everyone's going to wonder, is Sami going to cost Cody? He's going to help Gunther win the championship? Is he going to call it straight down the middle? Finally, we get just a tad bit of intrigue in this horrible storyline of Gunther and Cody Rhodes. And it's all due to Sami Zayn. And I can't believe I'm saying it. It's absolutely shocking. And I'm actually invested now. I really, really enjoy the work that Sami Zayn has done here. And dare I might say, it warrants him a title shot. It really does. Because he has me invested, man. I like the storyline. Sami Zayn is clutching up here, doing some of the best work, hardest work of his career, in this weird way they're trying to portray him. But yeah, 100%. I love the little crash out with Sami Zayn and him saying, trying to be Cody's friend and all that. So this was my favorite part of the night. I'll give this a double thumbs up. And then we get to another backstage promo, and Solo talks his shit. He comes to Jacob Fatu, or Jacob Fatu comes to him, tells Solo that Roman wants him to come back home. That he wants him to join the bloodline, and Solo tells him nah. Yeah, no. Pretty much laughs in his face and goes in on Jacob, saying that he's his lapdog, and basically what everyone's been telling Jacob. And again, this Jacob looks like a complete bitch. Jacob Fatu looks like he's all his aura, everything about the werewolf is gone. He sucks. This bloodline thing is a disaster, in my opinion, for Jacob Fatu, and for WWE in itself, completely overrated. But in the end, Solo tells Jacob to go tell Roman, hey, if he wants me, he can come and get me. So that was a little bit interesting. I like the promo work from Solo here, real good. And then we get to a match between Rey Fenix versus Axiom for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. It was a fast paced. It was a decent match. It was really a little bit of a letdown for me. I really thought these two were going to go all 100 miles per hour the whole entire match, but they didn't end up doing that. But overall, it was still a good match. Some moves I've never seen before. Rey Fenix did that dive front flip through the middle rope. Really good stuff. And then there was like this German suplex when Rey Fenix was on the ropes by Axiom. He jumps through the ropes and Germans him. But in the end, it ends with the Mexican muscle buster and Rey Fenix picking up the victory here. I'm glad that they featured these two on the card. The crowd, they didn't care. They could care less about this. These two got absolute zero reaction from the crowd. But in the end, I think the crowd enjoyed the decent wrestling match they put on. So I'm glad about that. And hopefully they can really start to feature these guys just a hair bit more. But with SmackDown going to 2 hours, I doubt that. I just don't see WWE putting the time or effort to putting any of these AAA talents or mid-card talent that just don't seem to get storylines on the show. So it was a nice little switch up here, and they put on an okay match. And then we get to the Trick Williams segment. Basically, he's hyping himself up, and then Ricky Sands comes out, Carmelo Hayes comes out, and those two fight over who's going to get the next title shot at Trick Williams. And Trick Williams pretty much says, y'all fight it out. And yeah, the segment wasn't too good. I expected a little bit more. Again, Trick Williams is always hype, but it was real simple. Nothing major. And then we get to Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton versus B-Fab and Meechin. Brother WWE, y'all, this is fucking horrible, man. B-Fab and Meechin end up picking up the victory after Jade cheats and grabs Tiffany. They end up pinning Chelsea Green here, and then they jump Tiffany after the match. What am I supposed to do with this? I mean, why are B-Fab and Meechin picking up victories over the two of the most over talent in Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green? This is the biggest bunch of waste of talent and stupidest decision making. They're already suffering enough. Just might as well just put them out the misery, or just get rid of them, or find something else for these women to do, because it just seems like a little like a low spot in every single show when Jade Cargill is on the microphone and these two are picking up victories over super over talent. I mean, I don't say that the babyfaces always have to win, but they've done nothing to warrant a victory. I don't know. And then Jade Cargill kind of picks up the United States Championship. Maybe they're going to run that back. Which they ran it back a couple times with the the women's world champion, and no one really liked that. So maybe they're going to run it back here, but Jade Cargill they just need to figure her out, do something with her, because this doesn't interest me. And then we actually got Julia and Kiana James in a backstage segment with Kathy Kelly, and Julia says, I never needed you to help me wrestle. I never needed you for in-ring work. I needed you for English and for contracts. And Kiana James goes in there and says, the only reason you're saying this is because I eclipsed you. At least they put this on the show. I'm just happy they put this on the show. They're not just going to be put on the back burner, and we're never going to hear from these two again. At least we got a reminder of what happened last week. Is WWE gonna eventually do something important with these two? I don't know. Probably not. But there's a glimmer of hope that they at least got it backstage. And then we get to the King of the Ring qualifier between Finn Balor, LA Knight, and Royce Keys and Jey Uso. They made Royce Keys look like the big, strong guy here, where they all had to team up. They triple powerbombed him to the table. But in the end, Solo was out there trying to help Royce Keys, and he ends up Samoan spiking LA Knight and trying to help Royce Keys. Jey Uso takes advantage, hit him with a splash, ends up pinning LA Knight, and we have Jey Uso going on to face Javon Evans in the King of the Ring. The match was okay. It was decently good. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but Jey Uso winning was a real curveball. I mean, is this going to play out with something with the bloodline? How far is Jey Uso going to get in this tournament? Because, again, he hasn't done nothing to warrant going far in this tournament. You have a bunch of other talent to go over here, and you choose Jey Uso, and I'm the biggest Jey Uso supporter, and I just didn't feel like this victory fit him well whatsoever. So I thought that was a real bad call. I mean, are they going to involve him in the bloodline somehow? Are they going to get him through this tournament? I hope not. And if he goes over on Javon Evans, boy, I'm going to throw a fucking fit. If Jey Uso goes far in this tournament over these young gun talents that have been putting on banger after banger, not just sitting in the back or being Roman's little bitch, I'm going to throw a fit. But anyways, he ends up winning here. Yeah, like I said, in a okay match. But in the end, like this SmackDown is just not as good as Raw, and it's always levels below Raw, and it got good for a while before Mania, but yeah, it's a real dud lately. I'll give this show maybe like a C minus, or probably a C minus. I've seen some real bad shows, and this wasn't awful. We had a few bright spots, but I like I said, I was more into the World Cup games, the UFC press conference. So bear with me as I'm gonna keep churning these videos out. I got a million things I gotta pay attention to. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that UFC Freedom 250 recap and review. That card's gonna be a banger. I'm gonna upload that Sunday night. Obviously be back on Monday, and we'll see what else comes. Whatever else I feel like filming. So thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later, and have a good one.